back at Monday night's game. How you think it all went in your first start?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot for us to improve on. We'll get better in this short week, and then, but obviously coming out with a victory, fighting back hard was awesome.
Jones calling a Jennings injury indefinite right now. That turns the attention to guys like Marquez Callaway, Josh Palmer. How good do you feel about some of these newcomers that are stepping up with you?
Yeah, I feel great. Obviously, you saw some of what Callaway can do Monday night, and then Josh Palmer. Now he's going to have to step up and show what he can do. He's fully capable of it. All the young guys are. Very confident in the receiver core that we have right now.
Looking at the film, going back at potential quarterback runs, do you think you left any yards out there, or are you pretty pleased with all your decisions to give the ball to John?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there were a couple of times where I pulled it just to try to keep him honest. And, as the game progressed, I thought the O-line did a better job of controlling the line of scrimmage and giving John some holes to run downhill. So, obviously we came out with the win. There's a lot of critiquing you can do, whether to pull the ball or give it to John, but I was happy with it.
First start, were there any nerves? Did you notice anything when you went back and watched on film that you weren't comfortable at any point early in the game?
No, just the pace of the game was a little different with their style of offense. We struggled to get into a rhythm early, but after halftime, I felt like we settled down and started executing a lot better. That's when we started moving the ball.
With the slow start, was there ever any concern on your part that maybe they'd make a switch, or then obviously you came on strong and got through?
Yeah, no, I wasn't focused on that. I was just focused on executing. Like I said, it took us a little while to get going, but when we finally did hit stride, it felt pretty good out there.
Quinten, one of the old football cliches that you make your most improvement from game 1 to game 2. What are a couple things that you feel like you can improve on the most?
Yeah, for me, I think it's just making the easy throws. That comes with me and the receivers, just with our timing and things. And I think that with this short week and getting back out there today, that we'll get things fixed, and that'll probably be the biggest jump. We just got to make the routine plays.
How does the short week affect you in the game?
I don't think it's affecting us really at all. It's just making sure that we're getting in the training room, getting our health back, and then locking in for Saturday.
How hard is it when you're the second guy? Coach Jones referenced that. Obviously, ESPN zoomed in on Jarrett and tried to stir some things up, and he said, Quinten went through that behind Dobbs. What was that like when you had to stand there and be that guy for the first time? Is that a really hard moment or thing to get used to?
Obviously we're all competitors, and obviously we all want to play. I've been through it. That's about all I can say about it. He's been good as far as in the film room and out of practice. So, that's really about all I can say about it.
What was the nerves like for you at first, and as the game progressed, how much more comfortable were you feeling by the end of that contest?
What was the first
The
part you said?
nerves
Sorry.
at first. What were the nerves like, and as the game progressed, how much more comfortable were you feeling?
Yeah, I don't think it was really nerves, to be honest with you. I think it was just, like I said, the rhythm of the game was a little bit different, and that was kind of a little bit shaky at first. I think is why we're not really used to it. It's hard for us to practice that with how fast we practice, and then to go into a game and be off the field for 10, 15 minutes is weird. But I think as the game progressed, we just settled down and started executing better, and then that's when we started moving the ball.
What do you like about guys like Ty Chandler and Tim Jordan in the backfield? What do they bring?
Yeah, obviously they're athletic and explosive. Ty's a big, strong guy, very smart, and they've both been working really hard throughout training camp and when they got here in the summer. And this is when they can step up and try to take some of the hits, I guess, off of John here moving forward.
Having a start under your belt now and having had ended the way it did, what does that do for your comfort level now going into this Saturday? Does it change it at all?
No, every game rep is something that you can learn from and gain confidence with. Being out there with that group for the first time in, I guess, a live scenario really against another opponent was good to get out there and to come out with the W to hopefully give us some momentum moving forward. And we'll see what we'll do on Saturday. We just got to, like I said, just execute better and do the little things and make the routine plays.
Anything additional you noticed once you look back on the film in terms of your own performance?
I missed some throws, but I mean, like I said, that'll be something that we'll work on today out on the practice field, and we'll get that cleaned up.
Going back to
Really
when you
made
were
some
back.
big time catches in the second half. How much confidence do you have in him?
Are you saying Marquez?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, he went up and made some plays in crucial situations. So, I've had confidence in him. He's one of the hardest working dudes on the team. Going out early, staying late. He does everything right. So to see him step up really wasn't a surprise. It was just him making the most of his opportunities.
Turning to Saturday, you got the home opener. Obviously, a neutral site crowd on Monday wasn't bad, strong Vols crowd. But now to play at Neyland Stadium and get the start, what do you think will be going through your mind on Saturday?
Just go out and execute and see what we can do. Hopefully, put on a show for the home crowd. First home game, so it'll be fun.
Obviously,
Quinten, you
an
took over.
offensive player, but what do you think about the trash can on defense?
It's just something that we've been doing it. We did it last year. Just something for the defense. They talk about hunting the ball and things like that, to getting turnovers, creating turnovers, and so that's just something for them to kind of create some energy and spark the sideline.
Quinten, you took over with I think about 4:50 on the clock, 93 yards away. Did you know or think that was going to be your last possession, and how did you manage that game tying drive to send it into overtime?
Yeah, it was definitely at that point in the game, it was pretty close whether that was going to be our last possession or not. So we definitely had to take advantage of it and go down and put the ball in the end zone to give us a chance. So, like I said, once we started executing and once we started moving the ball and got a first down, things were rolling. So at that point, it was pretty obvious that it was probably going to be our last possession.
And then what about the overtime? Did you scored 2 touchdowns on 3 plays? Where was the confidence level at that point?
Yeah, like I said, once we got the ball rolling downhill with John, that opens a lot of things up. And he ran the ball hard. The O-line, got their bodies on their D linemen and on their linebackers, and John did the rest.
What was the best ball you threw all night, do you think? And then as you look back on, was there maybe one pass you wish you could have had back?
Yeah, the best one was probably the slant and go to Marquez we were on like the 10. And then the one I wish I had back, I missed a post route to Josh Palmer early in the game, and I knew I missed it right off the bat, so we came back to it and hit Marquez on it, and he went up and made a play the next time, but that was probably the play that I wish I would have had back and gave us some momentum.
When you say you missed him, you threw to somebody
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
Is that,
I couldn't find him whenever I came out of play action, so it was once I threw it to Jawan, and that safety was kind of sitting there. I knew I missed Palmer. I just couldn't find him.
Couple more questions, guys. When Jawan went out at the end of the first half, did you say anything to the rest of the receivers? There's a group out there that I guess never had a touchdown catch in their career without him and Josh Smith. Did you say anything to those guys to kind of challenge them to step up with those guys out?
I didn't. Not really. The only thing I really said was we just got to lock in and execute. Obviously they were going to step up. They didn't have a choice. So, I have full confidence in our receiving core. And, we've worked hard through spring ball, throughout the summer with 7-on-7, and then through training camp. So I was confident in them.
When you were backing up for Dobbs, were you able to find a comfort level, and how did you, if you did, how were you able to kind of relax in that role as QB2?
I said it, I guess, last year quite a bit. I kept going back to it. It was just preparing like the starter. You never know when you're going to get in that situation. So last year, being the backup to Josh, I think just preparing like I was going to play was the biggest thing, and helping Josh out as he came off and things like that. But that's really about all I can say about it.
What specifically do you want to improve on this week?
Just making the routine plays, just throwing and catching, going out having fun. Just trying to make things more crisp. At times we're a little sloppy, but I think you'll see that on Saturday.
Thanks, guys.